And then there was another of Nana's children who used to come and spend holidays. We used to come kweku. It turned out to be they were slightly older than us. We were younger. And so they used to send us to buy ice cream and all kinds of things for them. And he used to come during vacations. So later when I became a minister and were installing the next Otumfo after Opokuwari died, they installed Nana Osei-Tutu II. I said, but this is Eduhini, Oye Sefini, Oye Denkoye. Oye Denkoye Asantehene, Sefi 40 midi Asante Akunyana. Then Nana told me a story, and then it fitted the jigsaw puzzle together. Apparently, his uncle sent him to Nana Eduhine's palace to be groomed as a king. And that's why he used to come to Ringway on holiday, because Nana Eduhine was the one who was looking after him. So our relationship goes back to when I was a child. And so, of course, when he became the king of Asante, Maase became my home. And he's been like an elder brother to me. He's counseled me very frankly on occasions when I was vice president. We faced issues to do with the IMF. I went to him. It was him who, went to New York when I spoke to the IMF director and all that. And they opened up the extended credit facility to us. So, Your Majesty, I thank you very much for your friendship. There's a very special one. The first time, Professor Mills sent Bafo Boni of blessed memory and a team to come and tell me that he wanted me to be his running mate. And at that time, I had made my plans to leave politics. So my response was, no, I won't do it. So later he sent Ato Ahoy and Totobi Kwachi and Kwamina to come and ask me to accept to be his running mate. Again, I said no. And so one day I was in Accra, I got a call. He says, Otumfo wants you in Malaysia. Who am I to refuse? So I got up and went. And when I went, I said, hey, only I say, Professor Bill say, but yeah, nabi de chain, nabi de vice president, I will say there be. Hey, Ubwa. He says, when your country calls you, you can't refuse. He says, I was sitting in London somewhere, and my kingdom called me to come and be Otumfo. You think I don't want to enjoy the free life that I had to do it, so you cannot refuse. So he said, okay, I'm going to South Africa, I'm going to meet President Mills. When I come to Accra, I want your response, because I promised him I'll bring a response. So when Otumfo came to Accra, when Otumfo makes a request, who are you to refuse? So when he came to Accra, I went to him, and he said, yes, have you made up your mind? And I said, yes, I've made my mind, but tell Professor Mills I'll do it for only one term. And Nana said, even if you do it for only one day, we'll accept it. The rest is history. And so it was instrumental in me becoming Professor Mills' running mate. And of course, we went on to win that election, and everything else is history. So, Your Majesty, thank you very much. And I appreciate your friendship.
A 17 February 2025 letter from Mr. Ofori-Attah's lawyers failed to indicate a reasonable date of Mr. Ofori-Attah's return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP. On this reckoning, the OSP, by a letter dated 17 February 2025, reaffirmed and restated to Mr. Ofori-Attah that he remained a wanted person and a fugitive from justice. The OSP further stated that this tag will so remain until he indicated a reasonable time of his return to the jurisdiction with the necessary and reasonable assurances of abiding by his indicated reasonable time, or until such time that the OSP enforces return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP, whichever came first. By a letter dated 18 February 2025, Mr. Ofori-Atta's lawyers communicated to the OSP that he was scheduled for a possible surgical intervention in the United States on 20 and 21 March 2025, and further that taking the date of the possible surgical intervention into account, he would require a recovery period of 6 to 8 weeks. On this basis, his lawyer stated that he should be able to return to the jurisdiction between 14 and 30 May 2025. On the same day, by a letter dated 18 February 2025, the OSP graciously acceded to Mr. Ofori-Atta's request to return voluntarily to the jurisdiction between 14 and 30 May 2025, as the office deemed the indicated recovery period reasonable in the circumstances. Consequently, the OSP removed Mr. Ofori-Atta's name from the list of wanted persons pending his voluntary return to the jurisdiction based on his own indicated dates. Consequently, the OSP directed Mr. Ofori-Atta to attend the OSP in person on Monday, 2 June 2025 at 13:30 GMT for interview, which is today. The OSP emphasized that if he failed to voluntarily return to the jurisdiction within his stated dates, and if he failed to attend the OSP on the rescheduled date of Monday, 2 June 2025 at 13:30 GMT, his name will be re-entered on the list of wanted persons, and the OSP will consider him a fugitive from justice, whereupon the office will take all necessary legal steps to secure his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP at our own choosing. Then, by a letter dated 28 May 2025, Mr. Ofori-Atta's lawyers informed the special prosecutor that a medical expert has diagnosed Mr. Ofori-Atta with cancer and has earmarked 13 June 2025 for surgery, for which reason he would be unable to return to the jurisdiction as scheduled. His lawyer stated that to the knowledge of the OSP, this change in circumstances has been brought to the attention of the court, before which Mr. Ofori-Atta is presently pursuing a human rights claim against the OSP and the special prosecutor. His lawyer stated further that in order not to hold the office back in the performance of his function, they had Mr. Ofori-Atta's instructions of his readiness to go through video recorded interview for the purpose of eliciting his caution statement. His lawyers offered to meet the special prosecutor in person or approach the bench for the purpose of viewing Mr. Ofori-Atta's biopsy report, whichever suited the special prosecutor. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the media, this is where we are now. And let us step back a bit from the 28 May 2025 letter from Mr. Ofori-Atta's lawyers and place the matters in their proper. They had a duty to promptly inform the OSP of any fundamental change in his medical circumstances on 21 March 2025, when the advertised surgical intervention was not performed, to enable the OSP reschedule a new date of his attendance at the OSP to accommodate any such material changes in his medical condition and treatment itinerary. Mr. Ofori-Atta has known, at least since 21 March 2025, that no surgical procedure was to be performed on him in March. Yet, he purposely sat by indolently and chose not to inform the OSP of such fundamental changes in his circumstances. Instead, about 67 days after learning of the alleged changed circumstances around 21 March 2025, Mr. Ofori-Atta elected to spring a surprise on the
Live on TV as well as and also on Power 97.9 FM, the hottest and the biggest conversation in Ghana inside politics in the different city or 37 Abebese Street, the heart of Accra, Usu, in all the 16 regions across the country, north, south, east, and west. This is your man, Atankuliga Biga, the capacity man, Mugabe Maase, Mitra Konyakesimu, Free Sabri Kopim, say, Yenusia, Ebebo, Tamale for Fire and Live for Kesmi 107.1 FM, Bole in the Savannah region, yet Demo Ewon Kiligi FM, WFM Ewa Bokuya Source 100.1 FM. Yenu Anuma Omo Pusiga FIN Wingpang Sampa Wende FM, Zaps FM, and so Ewa Zebelani in our Upper East region of the Republic of Ghana. In Mumfri Onianko Vota Regional Capital Ho, a global 105.1 FM, Sansuna Bono region, Tiny 2.9 FM on so consumer FM so on Crown Quanta for regional Ewa a year bolino, not just Uti region one sono, maybe Abe Febia a power and a TV. As was a new asset 9.7 FM Okitekrachi, KFM Opasa, and a Boom FM so Ewo Giasekan. And some idea every win on your multi TV DJ box radio as was an 3.1. Samsung on Facebook Live Power 979 TV as was a Ghana. Samsung on YouTube, as was a broadcasting. Ajitri Semina the agree on the website www.myswazonline.com. London, your GFM radio, and Fire Life Radio, so and United States of America, Virginia. 68 FM kwaku skirting in the team no so no omo ekremu ewo ho a enye asem ketua kwa bebia abefa bia ewo Ghana no TV station ba kope ene obia tuni na ohwe say Atankuliga Biga Mugabe Maase the capacity man what you say what I say ene awie me na metime ma eye minority for tena form yes Atankuliga Biga Mugabe Mina mitimi ma minority for no yet say the omokoye concert party mitimi mo afenyo market mitimi mo tena form. That is the level Atankuliga Biga mede sa macro a minority for na do se me mo tena form. Yes, the angels are working, the 900 million angels are working. It me catch us we a minority tena form oba tena form. Afanya market se maka kire me se wonye obi a wo ye small boy wonye obi a onti asa now the ababe woso spiritually strong, physically strong, now the ababe woso taso de ne yakonko a bia tadi o manu mancho sansa ne wusi market a wodo no ma a man bose yatiti so fuali yatiti so kontomre yatiti so nyadoa yatiti so ntosi yatiti so moko yatiti so baby abedru bia the market women omo praise John Mahama. Yes, enti sa praise na everybody my sasale John Dramani Mahama asatima watu ne namu mpaboa e de aba Jubilee House enra Obansra Debi ameka chese asatima rotufu se to atekwa so na me bodi anu mapeja me mo ke Solomon nyame asomdwe kan no won hiraw o ma hoden ne kwateten sasa wadwe pade magana man ene asanteman bia mo komo konwa dem na mo bompa ya na mo mabobia mamana mo ta mo che den Asante regional minister menwa eye Kuma Dr. Amwakohene Obo adwuma in the region. Awasi abua no the regional women organizer Gloria Obo adwuma in the region. Awasi abua no ono na science school feeding coordinator in Ashanti region. Womo mayo madwene say womo no omo fa ne directive anya adwuma ni nyina no I'll fire all of them without your favor. Woman mu yusu regional minister din was school feeding a program in Asante region nyina me say me fa obi a allow the young man to work, allow the